Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the inventor of the CTKS method. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back KS family. Thank you very much to our moderators for keeping our community safe from scammers, and please note I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth and positive excellence in the process. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently up 4.48% to 21,171. Ethereum is up 6.86% to 1648. A lot of people think that crypto is just a fad, it will just evaporate. Not so. JP Morgan executes first DeFi trade on a public blockchain. It did this with the help of the Monetary Authority of Singapore's, MAS's Project Guardian. Apart from JP Morgan and DBS Bank, the Bank of International Settlements also said that automated market-making technology in DeFi can serve as the basis of a new generation of financial infrastructure. Crypto is not going anywhere. JP Morgan is typically very hostile to crypto, but it's quite interesting that JP Morgan has successfully executed its first ever cross-border transaction using DeFi on a public blockchain. You can see more and more traditional finance players are getting into crypto. Fidelity offers retail investors commission-free Bitcoin and Ethereum trading through its subsidiary Fidelity Digital Assets, dubbed Fidelity Crypto. A meaningful portion of Fidelity customers are already invested in and own crypto. The bear market means very little to these large institutions. It's just the best time to get in. Swiss investment bank UBS AG launches digital bond settlement on blockchain and traditional exchanges. This is a really significant development for crypto. This hybrid digital bond is claimed to be a world's first publicly traded bond that's settled on both blockchain-based and traditional exchanges. This actually removes a major hurdle in the way to adopt blockchain technology, because people don't have to know anything about blockchain infrastructure to invest in a digital bond. There's actually massive adoption occurring below the surface of this bear market. Canada to examine crypto stablecoins and CBDCs in new budget. CBDC, central bank digital currency. I've been in the finance industry for more than 3 decades, and one thing all this regulation is about is they want their cut. Goldman Sachs creates digital asset taxonomy system for subscribing investors. The financial services giant, along with Coinmetrics and the MSCI, and the MSCI is something that we tracked quite often, will help investors track market movements and screen hundreds of coins and tokens by their users. This new taxonomy divides the digital asset world into classes, sectors, and subsectors, seeking to provide a consistent view of the market and understanding aggregated properties of these assets at the portfolio level. It's literally nothing more than what is done in the stock market, just dividing things up into sectors and industries. Again, this is more wide and mainstream adoption. We already have sectors, but what you see is when the big giants, the big financial giants, get into creating sectors, what they're actually doing is saying to their investment cohort that it's time to get into crypto. Why are institutions accumulating crypto in 2022? A Fidelity researcher explains. I really love going to the source of the information, and here we can see the actual key findings of that study. We can see here the investor composition of the study. You can see a total of 81% believe that digital assets should be part of a portfolio of investments, with the highest 86% in Europe and the lowest 74% in the US. Who is actually leading the charge on adoption of crypto? It's crypto hedge funds and venture capital funds, high net worth investors and financial advisors. But we can see high net worth investors overall have been putting their money where their mouth is. And what we can see, pension plans are the laggards at the moment. What is the major appeal of digital assets? It's basically the increase that we see from 2021 to 2022. So 2021 is this blue and the green is 2022. People are seeing it as an innovative technology play, and the high potential upside remains the same. But what this shows, in 2021, people felt that it was uncorrelated to other assets. What are the other assets? That's basically the stock market. Now we can see it falling into alignment. Crypto has become much, much more aligned to the main markets. Another interesting thing to note is participation in the DeFi ecosystem and yield opportunities is something that is gaining investor attention in 2022, up substantially from 2021. Obstacles to investment, basically the price volatility. Crypto is very volatile, but the stock market has been pretty volatile recently as well. In other crypto news, MasterCard adds 7 blockchain startups to its crypto accelerator. MasterCard is seeking to promote the adoption of crypto and blockchain technology. And this adoption is occurring all around the world. And it's all about bridging the gap between Web 2 and Web 3. So you might ask, Ken, what is Web 2 and Web 3? Web 3 is crypto. Web 2 is the internet as we know it right now. Web 3 is the internet of money. Web 2 is the internet of information. The IRS prepares for an increase in crypto cases in the upcoming tax season. One thing that you must do if you're in crypto, don't think that you can hide your transactions from the taxation department. You cannot. Don't even think you can. Just pay your tax. And even though we may not want to do this, this is a very, very important thing to do. Please do not think that you can get away with hiding your money, your crypto, under the rug. They're very, very sophisticated in tracking things down. I've literally tried all the taxation software in the crypto market, and I put a link in the description of this video to the one that I use. I find it's the best. Circle, the firm behind USDC, starts pouring money into its reserve fund and aims to fill it in 2023. There's some really interesting things in this article. The Circle Reserve Fund is managed by BlackRock under the custody of the Bank of New York, Mellon. In New York, the restrictive rules on crypto are absolutely incredible. They're mind-numbing. And BlackRock is the world's largest asset manager. The Circle Reserve Fund is a registered Rule 2A7 government money market fund managed by BlackRock, with a portfolio consisting of cash and short-dated US Treasuries. This is really, really interesting. We've heard so much problem with Tether in terms of its transparency and its ability to reside outside of money market fund structures. And one thing that Gary Gensler, the chair of the Securities Exchange Commission, what he said was that stablecoins are literally money market funds. And here we see Circle actually registered as a money market fund. And the Circle Reserve Fund complies with the Investment Company Act of 1940. Now, why are these particular things important? Because BlackRock is setting up USDC as the stable coin to dominate all other stable coins. CZ, watch out. And foreign exchange spot settlement in 10 seconds. Again, New York Federal Reserve, New York Fed releases results of a wholesale central bank digital currency research. This is called Project Cedar. Central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, can be wholesale or retail. Wholesale is between banks and retail is between the banks and people. Or literally, in the case of the US, between the US Federal Reserve and normal US citizens. So what we see here, this wholesale central bank digital currency, that's what the W is for there. It's intended for use by financial institutions rather than the public, but it was able to implement transactions dramatically faster and more securely than the current standard. And this is exactly why we've got crypto adoption. Normal settlement takes about 2 days, and this settlement was within 10 seconds. You can see just how good crypto is. We are going to see a lot more tokenization of real-world assets based on blockchain transactions, and the BCG, the Boston Consulting Group, estimated the total size of tokenized illiquid assets will reach $16.1 trillion by 2030. Turning to the crypto market, what have we seen with total crypto market cap? It's currently over the $1 trillion. Well done, crypto. It's currently 1.011 trillion. And you know, as we've been talking about this quite a bit recently, getting across that 987.98 billion was really, really difficult for the crypto market. But it's taken that out, and it's basically seeking to test this $1 trillion level at support. If it gets there, wow, that's going to be huge, absolutely huge. And we would expect the next major resistance up at around the $1.131 trillion mark. It would be quite reasonable to come under here to back to the 987, consolidate above all of this resistance here and confirm it as support, and then blast through. But we always do our three-dimensional decision making. We're not caught on one side of the trade or the other, because there's three sides of the trade. And that's why we do our daily three-dimensional risk management thinking. And I explained this code in depth in episode 685. Please have a look at that. Remember, you control the trade or investment, but the market controls the return. You just need to get into synchronization with the market. What is the majority of the percentage? You just put it into the first component. Do you think the market is going down, neutral, or up? And a lot of people just go with the kind of concept of a goldfish bowl. If the market is going up, it's got to be going up tomorrow. If the market is going down, it's got to be going down tomorrow. Be aware of this factor. We've discussed this in past episodes, but it's really easy to fall into that. It doesn't necessarily have to go the way it went yesterday. And what happens to your portfolio if it goes in the direction that you think it will go? And of course, it could go in that direction and then reverse. And you could do very, very well if, for example, it spiked up and went down, but you said it's going down. So just keep those things in mind. And how synchronized in with the market do you feel? If you've got the Midas touch, you would have a very high synchronization factor, this third component here. And if you're out of sync with the market, that means that the market is trying to desync you. It's really good if you have a low synchronization score, because it's showing you something really important. Looking on the daily basis for Bitcoin. And why do we look at Bitcoin? Why don't we just go into your beloved alts? Because Bitcoin's gravity will pull your beloved alts up or down with it. And we can see there's been a big surge in Bitcoin's value. Now, what does that mean? We would expect a big surge right across crypto. And that's absolutely what we've seen. We can see the max pain did not hold for the $20,000 mark. Instead, this upward support line held. It overcame resistance, and it's doing particularly well. In certain parts of the world, we're already in the weekend, but the weekend is fast approaching. And what we generally see on the weekends is lower trading volume. Just bear in mind, lower trading volumes can push the market around quite substantially. Why can this happen? Because there's less liquidity. Turning to the longs and the shorts, we can see that there's been so much upward price momentum. We could consider from this that the shorts have been very liquidated, staged a bit of a comeback, and have been liquidated again. But let's check it out. And we can see the longs have been coming into the market and the shorts not so much. 259.02 million was liquidated in the past 24 hours across 95,587 positions. And when we look to the past 24 hours, we can say about 75% have been short in total liquidations. Across the past 12 hours, about 77%, I'll just round up. Across the past 4 hours, about, round down, 84% short. And across the past hour, nearly 90% short, 89% short. So we can see the shorts have been whacked quite a bit. And you can see that relativity there between the longs and the shorts. The shorts are being taken out of the market. One thing that we need to look at and to understand, where are the key institutional smart money buy and sell levels inside Bitcoin? We can see we've now got a very, very confirmed strong support at 20,766, and we blew through this 20,539 mark. There was a bit of a crack in the concrete, but whoa, did it take off as all the shorts got liquidated. And the next major resistance line is up at 21,723. It could be quite possible to come back and to see some longs getting liquidated. Remember that the shorts and the longs exist in a kind of symbiotic relationship. They're always whacking each other. They're always liquidating each other. So it's not all short liquidations, it's also long liquidations. And when you can get spikes like this, they can become quite erratic in terms of crossing over from one, for example, from the short liquidations to the longs. So just bear this in mind. What caused this huge sell-off in the dollar and the huge ramp up in crypto and Bitcoin? Well, it was the dollar decaying. The dollar went up to these very strong resistance lines at 113.038, 112.935, and 112.765. They just couldn't hold on. And what you saw is once the momentum got going to the downside, we just went down and down and down. But please be aware, 111.235, 111.031 for the DXY are very, very strong. We're likely to be magnetized back up here. The DXY is currently 110.788. What is the point of this? Why are we talking about this? Because there's an inverse relationship playing out between crypto, the markets, and the DXY. For example, when you can look at Bitcoin and see this upward exponential price action just related to the decay of value in the DXY, but these two levels around the 111.235 and the 111.031 number are where price could get remagnetized back and can stage a little bit of a rally. So just be aware of that. If we see the DXY coming up, we would expect crypto to come down. You can see it really, really clearly here. When the DXY collapsed down, what did crypto do? What did Bitcoin do? It absolutely elevated up. But when the DXY came up sharply, what did Bitcoin do? It collapsed down. And we know Bitcoin is the ruler of the crypto market. Bitcoin basically says, I'm going up, hey, everybody hop on and join me. But if it goes down, hey, everybody look out, you're going down, and you're going down more. What do we see happen to the DXY? It came up and retested this upward resistance line and failed. It absolutely melted down. That caused gold to rally. Well done, gold. All the gold bugs out there must be very happy. But the concept is the VIX continues to decay. What will happen when the VIX comes up? The VIX will absolutely push prices down. The fact that the VIX is coming down and prices are literally coming down, even though we saw a bit of a bounce up, this is still an overall short-term downtrend. That is really concerning for us. When the VIX comes down and prices comes down, it means that there's a systemic issue within the economic system. That is not a good thing, because we would expect the VIX to come down and prices to go up, because after all, as fear leaves the market, optimism goes into higher prices. What this shows me, this fall off on the VIX, and I used to love trading the VIX because it's exponentially spiky. It's not like this. It's very different from this normally. The concept with the VIX falling off like this is pointing to widespread public fear inside the markets and a lot of institutions rebalancing their portfolios as well. If we see the VIX spike up, we would expect a lot of negative price momentum. Just keep your eye on the VIX. Also keep it on the DXY. You can see how powerful the DXY actually is. Turning to the greatest gainers in the past 24 hours, LRC, Matic, Lunacy, IMX, Aave, CRV, and Link. The greatest losers in the top 100 in the past 24 hours, Leo, Clayton, XCN, USDN, BUSD, USDT, USDC. Oh, we got a lot of stable coins there. Please let me know in the comments, what does this mean? Let's zoom out and have a look at the top crypto projects. What we're basically looking for here is signs of departure from Bitcoin's gravity, that blue line in the background. We want to see overperformers, underperformers, and synchronization. And when you get really familiar with this, you'll see different patterns playing out. You need to keep on top of those patterns. I've zoomed out to a 1 hour basis here. We can see Ethereum following Bitcoin's gravity just a little bit more weakly and then more strongly just recently, but it is synchronizing in. BNB was performing more weakly. It's gained synchronization now. You can get a slingshot effect when you're under synchronization, so it's really good to keep in mind. And what do we see with ADA? ADA is just a little bit weaker than Bitcoin at the moment. XRP has been quite weak, but we know that the weak can become strong, so just bear that one in mind. Solana just starting to move in synchronization. And Doge, wow, Doge put in such a fantastic, an enormous actual gain when Elon Musk came in and took over Twitter. But we can see these sharp angles will reflect to a certain degree once the initial hype is over, but it's really good long term for Doge. Let's have a look at DOT. DOT is synchronizing in, and Matic is absolutely out of control. We looked at the metaverse yesterday, so let's go back and have a peep today. We can see ICP starting to take out its resistance line. Could be very, very interesting to see what happens here. Ape doing really well. We can see Theta has been performing especially well, but starting to diverge from Bitcoin's gravity. What you'll find if a particular crypto absolutely spikes up early, and then a lot of other tokens are not rallying at that particular point of time. When the whole market starts to rally, those tokens will depreciate in price because they've already rallied. Just think about it. Money is sloshing around seeking the greatest return. And we can see Sand not doing too badly. Mana absolutely going for it. Axie was going well and put in a bit of a spike. It's just retracing. And Engine Coin doing really well, and Zilliqa also doing well. In life, it takes a lot of determination to succeed, and when you base your actions on positive excellence, kindness, inner and outer peace, gratitude and happiness, determination, persistence and commitment are part of that. If you do the right things, the right results will follow. And if you're getting the wrong results, have a look at your actions. They may be the wrong actions. They may be negative excellence actions. For example, when we deliberately or unknowingly attack other people, we're likely to be moving into negative excellence. Being unkind, even in an unkind world, is not in your best interest. Yes, the world is pretty tough, but we don't need to be unkind because that will rob us of our inner peace and outer peace. That will create anxiety and even depression. It takes a lot of courage and determination to move from negative excellence into positive excellence. And yesterday, the community said, hey, let's talk about determination. And John said, once you know what your goals are, you can work to achieve those goals. That's determination. Nice one, John. Oscar said, determination is staying true to the goal and flexible in the process. Well done, my friend. I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody who commented and of course everybody who watched. And Michael said, determination is the tenacity to keep turning up, keep putting in the effort, and keep your chin up, regardless of setbacks, difficulties, and what other people might be saying. And having a clear goal or purpose. Why are you doing this? Who are you doing it for? What's the benefit? What's the big picture? Really helps to drive determination. Thank you, Michael. If you have family or friends who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do each and every day, please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. We'd love to see them here, and we have one of the best communities on YouTube. And Peter said, determination helps when a task becomes difficult, and determination, persistence helps you to see it through. And thank you, Beardy, very nice comment. Wabi Sabi said, determination is a state of mind. Determination's strength comes from conversations you have internally with yourself. It's within you, it's your choice to decide how outside forces impact your determination. What does your mind say when you come up against a setback? If it's positive, you're halfway there. But if your mind says negative things like, oh, it's time to quit, you're never going to make it, this is too hard. You can use positive excellence to silence that self-doubt and self-sabotage. A setback doesn't determine our future. Our reaction to a setback, that's what determines our future. Well done, my friend. Rule 306 from the Masterclass. Self-doubt causes losses. You certainly don't want to have self-doubt because it's a big, big enemy. And self-doubt goes to cause more losses than just financial. It can cause emotional losses, relationship losses, all sorts of losses. You want to do everything that you can to get rid of self-doubt. How do you do that? You subscribe to positive excellence, and that's a whole way of living and thinking. And Flamingo said, for me, determination is making up your mind to accomplish something worthy and good, and then sticking with it until you actually accomplish it. For example, if you want to lose extra weight, you need to first make up your mind to do it. Then figure out your goal, exactly what you need to do to lose the weight. What is the process to get there? Usually involves changing eating habits and increasing exercise. Then you use your positive excellence, your persistence and commitment and dedication to stick to your new eating plan, and also to stick to your exercise plan. And if you find you're getting diverted, you need to have the strength to say, no thank you, I know my goal, I'm going to keep on going. When self-doubt and self-sabotage creep in, we find excuses not to do what we need to do. That's where we need a lot of courage and positive excellence. And if you find yourself slipping backwards, don't belittle yourself. Be kind to yourself. Being kind is very, very important. If the world is unkind, you don't need to be unkind to yourself. Just keep on going on the right track. It always takes time to see the fruits of what you do, and in time and with patience, you begin to see results, which solidifies your determination to keep on doing what you are doing. And I'm so happy that YouTube didn't do this to Flamingo. Sometimes YouTube is just rejecting long comments. Well done, Flamingo. It was meant to be, my friend. We have such an amazing community. I would urge you to read the comments. They're just superb. And Gianluca said, if we are committed to excellence, determination keeps that commitment alive daily until we attain our goal. If you've been sitting on the sidelines and not commenting, it would be really lovely for you to just reach out and say hi. We would love to hear from you. And it's really important to keep on popping your BORSOG codes in. It's not about being right or wrong. It's about raising your synchronization factor. And when you get your in-sync factor, you literally get a license to print money. So it doesn't matter what the market does. It just matters that you have the persistence, commitment, and dedication to pop that little code in each day. So well done to everybody who does that. The market will reward your knowledge and your courage. I'm going to be reaching out today by email to the lucky awardee of the Jason Rice CTKS Partial Masterclass Scholarship. Jason has very graciously put 2 of these partial scholarships together. What an amazing person. Thank you so much, Jason. And to be eligible, you need to actually apply for the scholarship, and you need to embody positive excellence and your active learning. Like all things in life, you get what you earn. Keeping your mind positive is incredibly important. That's why we have the CTKS Creed. The Creed is a series of positive affirmation statements that primes your mind for a good life and also profitability in the crypto market. The first line is, I know the universe wants me to succeed. The next line, every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities and life reset daily. I am worthy. I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. The markets can be incredibly frustrating. And it's important to understand when you get frustrated, you're simply out of synchronization. When you get back into synchronization, you will no longer be frustrated. You'll be in sync. And that's why it's so important to do that particular 3-dimensional risk management code each and every day. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.